Hey guys, the Firebird is here. It's just me, and my brother couldn't be here today because he got lost in the infinite IKEA searching for if they really have Transformers figures there. Which first off, I don't think they really do, and second of all, nice to get an ASCP reference of one of these. Anyways, these are the jokes. I hope you guys are enjoying them. So anyways, we have some new Transformers Rise Of Unicron test footage that was just released, and yeah, I really showcased at the beginning of this video. It looks really good. There's a lot of confusion around it, so I wanted to briefly talk about it, because it's been a minute since I talked about Rise of Unicron. I think the last time I talked about it was around 5 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. And for those of you guys who don't know, Transformers Rise of Unicron is basically a fan-made, project that is seeking to continue with the Babers left off and actually give it a concluding arc with a movie, and hopefully not make the same mistakes that Michael Bay did. I know that's a whole huge point of contention, but anyways, look, the designs look really cool, the crew's really good, they all seem very talented, and this is our first test footage. This is our first indication of how the movie's gonna look like, and I seen some confusion around this whole thing. Yes, this is supposed to be Mirage / Dino, but hold up. If you've been keeping up with this movie, you might be saying, but Fire, how could that be Dino? Doesn't Dino look like this in the movie? And to that I had to say, well, yes, but actually no. But the whole thing is that this thing was actually made by one of the artists of Transformers Rise of Unicron. It was supposed to be like a little animation, render project for a company called CGI Backgrounds. And they basically encouraged the artist to make a video that they could showcase in their website as Artist of the Month. And not wanting to stay with the usual, car formula that they always do over there, he decided to, take the assignment and transform it into something more interesting. Henceforth, we ended up with the footage we have here, which is not really part of Rise of Unicron, but it does use this Dino and Mirage, and I guess you could also make it into the movie if they so choose. But that's essentially the main reason as to why the Mirage we see in this clip and the Mirage we see in the concept art look very different. Also, the vehicle model is wrong since Dino is supposed to turn into this for this movie. However, the reason why I decided to make a video talking about this is not just because, I think this looks kinda cool, but it's also because this basically is our first real indication of how Rise of Unicron is gonna look like. Because up till now, we have had some small character trailers, some concept arts here and there, and with the BTS recently have given us a really good look at how some of the robots are gonna look like. But this is how, let's say, approximately a fully finished rendered Transformers Rise of Unicron animated movie is gonna look like when it's actually released. So if anything, this could probably be considered our first real clip of the movie, though technically it's probably not gonna be used in the movie itself, because again, it's gonna just test footage. But in all honesty, this is gonna be a little bit of advice for the people behind Rise of Unicron. You can totally still use this on the film. It doesn't even have to be the center of a scene. You can just have this in the background, you could have the human scanning for, I don't know, Transformers activity. Or you could even have the main character, I don't know, look through his computer, looking for Transformers activity. Kind of how they also did in Transformers Prime with Raph and the crew. However, something that I do believe is gonna get used in the movie will be the CGI / holograms for the Transformers. This is our first look at it, and it honestly looks really good. From this angle, I would even say it almost looks live action. Almost. And of course, the transformation that Mirage does here is supposed to be a little homage to Dark of the Moon. They released this footage to use it kind of as a test to, get feedback, see what they could improve upon. Honestly, this looks really good. It's definitely way better than anything I could ever do on 3D. This is my pinnacle of 3D creation. But I frankly, overall, really like this, and I actually really like this Dino design. I don't know if I like it better than the one they showcased in the concept art. Let me know in the comments down below which look better. But I wouldn't mind having Dino use this, mold into film, only to switch to the one we see in the concept art. I mean, they're already doing that with Cliffjumper. He's gonna have many different vehicle modes across the movie, so why not do the same thing for Dino, even if it's for a small scene? Maybe you could say that after... I think this will be really funny that if in the movie Dino makes a comment like, oh yeah, so after I left Ness, I kinda just went and, joined some humans at the race cars, chilled a bit and did some sports here and there. Cowboy Cemetery went into TRF. I don't know, I think it could be something cool, and it's something that could be reincorporated into the plot of the movie. But then again, the movie's already done it, and I wanna, put more pressure onto them. And besides this, there's not much that the people behind Rise of Unicron have worked on. Well, there's nothing that I really can can't reveal without getting in trouble with a few people. The last I heard is that they were working on the Decepticons. You know, Dead End, this guy, that other guy, and Oil Slick. Well, I assume this is gonna be Oil Slick. I mean, I don't know who else could this be. Although I have to admit, it wouldn't it be crazy funny to just make him knockout as a fun little nod to the Revenge of the Fallen version. But right now, the Rise of Unicron team is mostly focusing on finishing up the Decepticon cast. There has been a few teases to them, especially in their server, their Discord server, though nothing like super visual about it. We do have the Decepticon silhouettes, and those are the ones we're kind of waiting for. We have Megatron, Barricade, Dead End, War Bomb. I think this one's supposed to be Psycon, the green motorcycle, which I'm still thinking it might be either Oil Slick or Knockout, Thundercracker, Skywarp, a redesigned Berserker, and whatever other characters that might be working in the background. Oh yeah, and Blackout, I can't forget about Blackout, who has probably the most sex design I ever seen out of any Blackout ever. Currently, that's what the team is working on, and we haven't heard any updates about it since. We do know they're kind of close to finishing, according to some sources on Discord, which, you know, the credibility I will say is somewhat 50-50. My guess is that we'll probably see a character trailer by the end of the year, once they have all the vehicles, which they do. The Decepticons have their vehicles fully finished, but the robots are still work in progress. And in comparison to the Autobot team, the Decepticons have way more characters, so they have way more to work on. Still, I kinda wanted to do this video, not just to talk about that, but also give a little movie update, because I see people ask me every single time, like, Fire, what about Rise of Unicron? Fire, what about Rise of Unicron? Fire, what about Rise of Unicron? And okay, finally, I made the video, they released something, I have something to talk about. Here's the update. And also, I also think it's kind of funny that people have also been telling me that, hey, not that, you know, Michael Bay is coming back and we're getting more Transformers live action movies. Do you think that means Rise of Unicron is kind of out of a job? First off, I don't think we're getting a sequel to The Last Night. If people are worried about that, we're not. We're definitely not. And second of all, I don't think so, because even when Rise of the Beast was a thing, Rise of Unicron was still going on strong. And the same thing applies to all other Transformers fan movies. I feel like having, you know, official Transformers movies and, you know, licensed products like that don't take away from fan projects. If anything, it brings interest to the franchise, which in therefore brings interest back to these fan projects. Rise of Unicron and Rise of the Beast were never competing. If anything, they were mutually benefiting from one another. And the same thing will happen now going forward. Now that we know that the G.I. Joe movie is still in production and they're making like 4 other Transformers movies. So the future is looking bright and the fan film scene is not stopping anytime soon. If only we could get the same amount of effort for the gaming side of things. Oh my god, the whole Reactivate game just got leaked. By the way, I'm also not kidding about that. The whole Reactivate game just got leaked. Robo has the full game. A bunch of people have the full game as well. Unreal Engine 5 footage is starting to leak very slowly. So yeah, very soon, you will also get to play Reactivate. Click on this video to get the full context of that. But anyways, guys, before we go, I want to make a little announcement. I'm selling an Age of Extinction Leader Class Gremlog on eBay. If you guys want to buy that off me, be my guest. I need to make some room on my shelf. Also, consider becoming a patron or a channel member to get exclusive access to some of the videos I haven't released just yet, which, trust me, there are plenty of those. And also, this Friday, we're gonna be redesigning the Infernicons. Yes, I'm finally doing the Infernicons redesign for those of you who have been begging me since forever. We're gonna be doing it together, we're gonna be brainstorming together, and I'm gonna be drawing on stream. It will be fun, I promise. We'll have a little Q&A and stuff, just chill. So if you guys are interested on that, it's gonna be on Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you guys there. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoy. It feels good to talk about Rise of Unicron, because this is the one this is my favorite fan project, the one I'm looking forward to the most. No offense to Watcher Prime or the Neighboring Company or any other fan creator out there. This is just the one I'm the most set out on watching. This is the coolest one. And it's the one that I seem the most interest out of people. Again, the only unfortunate thing about this is that I don't expect that many updates going forward, because updates for the project are few and far between, because it takes a while to do all of this. But so far, it's looking good. I really did like this test footage, and if the whole movie ends up looking like this, I actually wouldn't mind. It's definitely way better than Galvatron's Revenge, which is a dead horse I'll keep on beating till the end of time. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments down below. Do you like this design for Mirage? Did you like the test footage? Do you think it looks not that good? And what feedback do you have for the creators of Rise of Unicron? Because they're using this for feedback. This is not the final product. They're doing this as a test. best, okay? And all of this is subject to change. So if there's any suggestions and stuff like that you wanna, make to them, then say so in the comments down below. As for my piece of feedback, just put this into the movie in a scene in the background or do something simple with it. Like, it doesn't have to go to waste. I feel like you could add to like Dino/Mirage's lore by doing this. And second of all, I feel like that little, impact, that push that Mirage does before transforming, I feel like that, I don't know, like needed a bit more strength. It's lacking a bit on the impact department. Other than that, I actually really like this and I don't see that many issues with it, if any at all. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you'll enjoy. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do that annoying YouTuber stuff that the algorithm likes so much. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys.